Hello everybody and welcome to a special edition of NXT. This week we are across the pond in London, England for NXT UK. Just a week after NXT In Your House TV special, we take a look at our friends in the United Kingdom to see how they are doing. Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Universe Mode. If you're excited for this one, make sure you drop that like and subscribe down below, especially if you want more Universe Mode content. Let's take a look at the card. 3 matches on the show for this week. Blair Davenport goes one-on-one against the NXT UK Women's Champion Meiko Satomura in the opening contest. Nathan Frazier will battle Noam Dar. In the main event, the Coffey Brothers take on Mustache Mountain for the NXT UK Tag Team titles. Starting off, Meiko Satomura does win her matchup, and we're going to take a look at this Nathan Frazier versus Noam Dar matchup. Well, making his way to the ring first is Nathan Frazier, a very aerial, eccentric superstar, one you will blink and miss. Nathan Frazier, very talented young superstar here in the UK. He has a non-title matchup here tonight against the Heritage Cup champion in Noam Dar, but a big win here for Nathan Frazier. Our first match we're taking a look at in the UK, so you want to make a good impression, and I think Nathan Frazier is ready to do just that. Now he'll be taking on the Heritage Cup champion. His name is Noam Dar, the Scottish Supernova, who's been in WWE for quite some time, but has really started to find his footing since coming over here to the UK. He's won the Heritage Cup title. It is not a championship that is toted around every single week. Instead, it is a trophy, but Noam Dar decided to not bring the trophy to tonight's contest. We'll have to see what is up with that in the future, but Noam Dar makes his way to the ring, a very talented superstar who you will be very excited to see. He has a tough task in front of him, though, in Nathan Frazier, but Noam Dar up to the challenge in our second match of the night. Only 3 matches on the card this week. It is an hour-long show. It's NXT UK, so in order to simulate that, I decided to only make 3 matches for tonight, but Noam Dar makes his way to the ring for the second contest. NXT UK Tag Team titles on the line in the main event. You don't want to miss that one later on, but let's get ready for this matchup. So a non-title clash, Nathan Frazier faces off against Noam Dar, and we are underway. Welcome to NXT UK. As both superstars meet the center of the ring, Frazier looking to throw some strikes. Dar was blocking a couple of them, but Frazier whips Dar into the corner. And what's he got playing? He's going to wrap up that left arm as Nathan Frazier works away. Nathan Frazier, a very good young superstar who is high-flying to say the least. The crowd loves him over here in the United Kingdom as he drives a bulldog for Noam Dar. And here he goes, already up to the top rope. It was only a matter of time before he gets here. What does he have in mind? He hits a huge moonsault off of the top rope. Just flew with ease. Literally looked like he was moving in slow motion. That is what you have to expect with Nathan Frazier. As now flies through, flips over on the sunset flip for Noam Dar, and puts him on the mat, and he has the Heritage Cup champion in trouble. Non-title matchup, but obviously a win here against Noam Dar would put Nathan Frazier right at the front of the line. But Dar looking to get back into this contest. The Scottish Supernova, who's been around for a while, used to be on 205 Live before transitioning over here to the UK, and he has really found his footing. He's very good in this realm on the mat. The submission game is where Noam Dar is going to thrive as he has the legs of Nathan Frazier wrapped up. And Frazier will fight out of it, looks to release the hold, and there's a punch to the face for good effort. Dar targeting the legs of Frazier. That's what you want to do against a high flyer. Take away that base, as there's a standing Spanish fly on Noam Dar. Just absolute beauty by Nathan Frazier as he's back up to the top rope again. This time hits a big splash down on Noam Dar. Dar in some trouble. Frazier getting the crowd fired up here in London. And then springboards with another moonsault onto Dar. Dar in all kinds of trouble in the early going. And now a standing shooting star. Frazier. Big move after big move. How about another standing shooting star press for good measure? Dar now quickly back to his feet. Takes out the legs of Frazier. That's a smart move by Dar. But Frazier got in a lot of offense right there. A lot of good aerial offense as Noam Dar now back to the legs. Will look to take that away from him. Gets Frazier back up to his feet. And it looks like he's going to send him out of the ring. But we're going to cut to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with this matchup. Well, big news in September. The WWE is heading back to England for Super Showdown in a stadium show. Big time news. First time they're going across the pond for a big pay-per-view of this magnitude since SummerSlam all those years ago. So you don't want to miss your favorite superstars. September in England. Well, how about that for some breaking news? We got another stadium show right after SummerSlam. The hits will just keep on coming this summer. But back into the ring now. Noam Dar starting to retake control of this matchup as he sent Frazier into the barricade during the commercial break. And now back with this leg lock here on Frazier, looking to ground the high flyer is the Heritage Cup champion. Frazier, though, looking to fight out of it again. Will get out of the hold. There's a shot to the face of Dar, but the legs of Frazier starting to take its toll. You saw him just holding that leg just a moment ago. Has Dar now on the apron. What does he have in mind here? Just going to hang him up on that second rope, knock Dar to the outside. And now Frazier looking to fly, hits him with a corkscrew splash over the top rope to the floor. As Frazier looking to regain his momentum. Crowd chanting NXT here in the UK. As I hope you guys are enjoying this treat as Frazier works away on the arm of Noam Dar. He's going to get him back to his feet and going to send him into the apron. Just bounces off of it. Frazier looking to get some more offense in as he drops the double legs across the stomach of Dar. Ref up to a count of 4, so those superstars have plenty of time. But now Dar is just going to look for some separation. Just throws Frazier outside the ring. I think he just wants some space to breathe. And now Dar in control, hits a corkscrew leg whip, holds on, and just whips the leg up against the outside flooring. And now a kick for good measure. Noam Dar trying to fight into this matchup, trying to keep Frazier grounded. It's been easier said than done. And now Dar back in the center of the ring, just eggs Frazier on, dares him to get back in the ring. Frazier will take his time, he'll take the long way, but Dar is there to meet him. And there's a leg sweep from behind as Dar regains control. Looking to tie up the arms again. Work away on the joint. Snaps that left arm back. And now Dar is in control. What is Frazier? How's he going to get out of this? There's a trip down from Dar. Now he's going to go for a pinfall as he gets 1, gets 2. But Frazier will kick out at 2. Well, Scottish Supernova has been very impressive Heritage Cup champion. He's been champion for over 7 months now. But now he wants Frazier back to his feet. Going to tie him up with this leg lock. But Frazier is in the ropes. So Dar will have to release the hold. But Dar has been champion for over 7 months. Been very impressive during this run as there's a kick to the midsection on Frazier. He's going to spin him around and hit him with a driver. Holds the pin, gets 1, gets 2, and Dar picks up the victory with the driver. Big time win for Noam Dar. But he's quickly motioning for a microphone. Noam Dar has something to say tonight. For the past 7 months, I have been your Heritage Cup champion. And in those 7 months, I've beaten the very best that NXT UK has to offer. Now, in that time period, I've been carrying around the trophy that goes with the Heritage Cup. And if you've noticed, I did not bring that trophy here tonight. That's because I want more than a trophy. See, as your champion for over 7 months, I want an actual title belt. Why do I got to be different than the NXT UK champion? Why do I got to be different than the tag team titles? I want a championship belt around my waist. So in 2 weeks, when we come back to NXT UK, I demand that I have a championship waiting for me that I can put around my waist and put gold and show it to all you people. Well, ladies and gentlemen, look who is here. We know whose music that is. It is Triple H. He's here live in London, and he's making his way to the ring. The new NXT General Manager is here in the UK, and he's come to answer what Dar has to say. Oh, the crowd is on their feet. This is a surprise, to say the least, as Triple H makes his way to the ring. What does Triple H have in store? What's he going to say to Noam Dar? You know, I got to give it to you, Noam Dar. I have been impressed the past 7 months. You have been a very good champion. You have been the Scottish Supernova. And if a championship belt's all you want, that's all you had to do was ask. Now, that comes with a little bit of a twist. See, I'm not going to just grant you a championship belt. You have to earn that championship belt. That's why in 2 weeks, when we return to NXT UK, you'll be one of 2 men fighting for the new European Championship. That's right, we're bringing back the European Championship, and you have the opportunity to be the first champion since its reactivation. Now, you're probably asking the question, who are you going to be facing for this championship? Well, I think it's only right that you face the last man to hold that European Championship. So in 2 weeks, for the title, it'll be Noam Dar versus Rob Van Dam. Well, how about that? Huge news from the game himself. First off, we're returning to the United Kingdom in 2 weeks for another episode of NXT UK, and the European Championship is coming back. And not only that, it's going to be Noam Dar versus Rob Van Dam. That is going to be an insane clash in 2 weeks. But right now, we have our main event of the evening. A title is on the line this week. The NXT UK Tag Team Championships are making their way to the ring first, representing Gallus. It is Mark and Joe Coffey, the Coffey Brothers, who have had plenty of issues in the past with Mustache Mountain, the current Tag Team Champions. But a big opportunity here for the Coffey Brothers as they have aligned themselves with Wolfgang to form Gallus, as they call themselves. But making their way to the ring now is the NXT UK Tag Team Champions themselves. It is Mustache Mountain. That is Tyler Bate, waving, and that is Trent Seven. 2 members of British Strong Style, but Mustache Mountain is the tag team they like to go by. Don't let the jovial kind of attitude fool you. These 2 men are super talented in the ring. Tyler Bate, the first ever United Kingdom champion in his own right, and he's been a multi-time tag team champion, winning the UK tag titles as well as the NXT tag titles. So very accomplished superstars making their way to the ring, but they have a big task in front of them, literally and figuratively, in the Coffey Brothers. These 2 teams have no love lost for each other. As it's only right that we we end the first episode of NXT UK with a championship encounter, the NXT UK Tag Team titles. As Tyler Bate in the ring, Trent Seven is going to make the slow roll to meet him there in the middle, as it looks like they're ready for this championship contest. As you can see, just twirling the mustache. I wish I had a mustache like those fellas. As we get ready, though, for the opening, or for this contest, that is the gold on the line. It is the United Kingdom Tag Team title. It's a beautiful title, if I say so myself. NXT UK, in my opinion, has some of the best-looking titles in WWE. But both teams are in the ring. That is the Coffey Brothers. That's Mark Coffey on the left, Joe Coffey on the right. And then your champions, Tyler Bate on the left, Trent Seven on the right. Who is going to walk away with that gold as the titles are turned over to the referee? This is your main event of the evening for the NXT United Kingdom Tag Team Championships. Sorry if you just heard my dog in the background. He's excited for this as well, as it looks like it's going to be Joe Coffey and Trent Seven starting for their teams. And here we go in the middle of the ring. Joe Coffey whips Trent Seven over to the corner, but Seven is going to fight out of it. 2 teams, no love lost between them. Nice DDT there by Trent Seven. Faked the chop, and now we get our first pinfall. Gets 2. Well, actually just gets 1 before Joe Coffey kicks out. Mustache Mountain, they're doing pretty good as tag team champions, but don't let the foolery, like I said, fool you. You're going to see Trent Seven do a lot of, comical stuff in the ring, but he's all business when it comes down to it. And I also think that's just to kind of lure you into a sense of, self-security, I guess. As a nice double team move, DDT, and now a push over into a nice suplex by Tyler Bate. That is the tag team work on display of Mustache Mountain. And now Tyler Bate, the legal man, like touched on earlier, the first ever UK champion. He's had quite the success here and still very young in his own right. So plenty to go for Tyler Bate. He's already accomplished so much in his young career as he stomps away now on Joe Coffey, trying to get the crowd into this main event. Now goes for the pinfall. Might have wasted a little bit too much time. He only gets a 1 count there on Joe. He's now Mustache Mountain in firm control of this contest. Going to get Joe back up to his feet. Tyler Bate holds control. Looks to drag him to his corner, but Joe Coffey now going to fight out of it. Coffey, the bigger man. Tyler Bate, easily the smallest in this contest. So hopefully we'll have to see how he takes to that. And we know the Coffey Brothers will look to take advantage of that size disadvantage for Mustache Mountain. Is now Joe Coffey looking to stomp away on the right hand of Tyler Bate. Now he's going to go over to first tag of the contest for them. It's now Mark Coffey making his way to the ring. They are brothers. They're trying to keep Tyler Bate grounded. More kicks. As, like I said earlier, Coffey Brothers are 2/3 of the group called Gallus here in the NXT UK. Wolfgang is the man who will accompany them. He is the 3rd member of that group. A very dangerous group over here in the United Kingdom. Wolfgang has yet to win the NXT Championship, but you know, I feel like with the Coffey Brothers on the tag titles, Wolfgang will probably have his sights set on Dragovich, the champion. As now Mark Coffey in firm control over Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate, though, nice leg sweep right as I say that. Get some separation as now he poses for the crowd, but now Mark back up to his feet quickly, and he's going to have him up and drives him down. Like I was touching on earlier, I think Wolfgang versus Dragunov would be a very good contest in the future. We'll have to see if we see it, as here's a tag now to Trent Seven. Joe also gets back in the contest, and Joe Coffey gets the best of this early exchange, and there's a backbreaker to Trent Seven, drops him to the mat. Tyler Bate now on the outside, so Trent going to have to go at it alone for a little bit. Here's a cover now from Joe. This to crown new champions, but Trent Seven kicks out at 1. As Joe Coffey looking to maintain control, elbow drop to the back as he has Trent Seven down. Trent Seven, though, back to his feet. Nice right hand that looks to gain him some control. There's a huge lariat, turns Joe inside out, quickly goes for the cover, gets 2, but Joe kicks out. As that was a huge clothesline there from Trent Seven. Mustache Mountain been champions since November of last year. They beat Pretty Deadly to hold on to the title. So they're about 6 months into their reign. But look at Joe Coffey here with a front, looked like a front headlock airplane spin, just swinging him around. Trent Seven dizzy on that one. Here comes Mark Coffey. Mark is a former tag team champion. He was tag team champion with Gallus back in the day. Their first reign went over for a year, and now looks to regain the titles here, but only gets a 1 count. But Mark Coffey is a former tag team champion. His brother Joe is not, but you have to think he'd love to win the titles with his brother. It was him and Wolfgang who were the champions in that encounter. As Mark now in firm control, more left-hand bombs on the down Trent Seven. There's a stomp. As Trent Seven's in some trouble. Going to make the tag over to a Joe, who is now the legal superstar. Crowd in the corner of Mustache Mountain. There's a huge discus clothesline. Trent Seven is down. This could crown new champions. Gets 2, but Tyler Bate is there to break it up for Mustache Mountain. But Trent Seven is in some trouble. Just got hit with a huge discus clothesline. Is now looking to maintain control is Joe. Has Trent Seven up over, but Seven off the back. Lands on his feet. What does he have in mind? A chop, a DDT, and that's the separation Seven might need to regain some control and the titles, but a kick out at 1 by Joe. Going to need to do a little bit more offense if they want to retain the titles. Kick to the midsection, spinning pile driver, that might be it. Big move by Trent Seven, but instead of going for the pin, he's actually going to go tag Tyler Bate. I don't fully hate that call. Seven's taking a lot of offense, and that creates the separation to get the much-needed tag, but Tyler Bate, you know, maybe wasted a little bit too much time and then just going to actually make a quick tag to Trent Seven. So I'm not quite sure why Trent didn't go for the cover after that big pile driver. Might have been a missed opportunity for Mustache Mountain as Trent Seven looks to regain himself in the corner, but Joe is down. Trent, though, going to get him back to his feet as he looks to drag him over to their corner. There's a head into the turnbuckle, and that makes the tag back to Tyler Bate. A little bit of tandem offense now. Trent swings him over. Tyler Bate going to lift him up here, and we're going to have an assisted powerbomb on Joe Coffey. Big time move. Tyler Bate now from behind. Looks like he's just going to try to make him submit, but Mark Coffey is in the ring, and he'll break that up. A drop kick breaks up the submission hold, but see if he's done a little too much. Bate's going to go for the pin, try to get it anyway, gets one, but Mark again back in the ring. Trent slow to help his partner out. I think might be some of that offense that he's maintained in this matchup. Mustache Mountain, though, has control. Gets Joe back to his feet, but gets met for a chop for good measure. Joe Coffey completely lit up the chest there of Bate, and now he has the Coffey Brothers in control, looking to drag Bate over to his corner. Tyler Bate, though, going to fight out of it. Elbows to the midsection, looking to create some space. Nice uppercut punch. Now what does he have in mind for Joe Coffey? Looks like he's going to try to drag him back to his side of the ring. This is textbook tag team offense. Keep the opponent on your half of the ring. But Joe looks for the big clothesline, but comes back with one to the back of the neck. And that'll create the separation. Joe needs to make a tag now to Mark. Mark back in the ring. Tyler Bate is down. Easy pick-ins. There's just a boot to the face. Nothing pretty about that, but effective nonetheless. Tyler Bate, though, looking to fight back. Has the crowd in his corner. Gets shrugged off there by Mark. And now Bate in the ropes. This is not where you want to be. Getting choked out by that top rope. Mark does have a count of 5. He does release the hold. And now up and down Tyler Bate goes. Mark Coffey plants him in the mat. And now Tyler Bate needs to make a tag. Mark will make one to Joe. Goes back to be the legal man, but Tyler Bate's still down. He's taking plenty of offense. He is the smaller superstar, so it's definitely had a lot more impact on him as now Joe stomps away. Tyler Bate, though, going to fight back. There's a chop. Uppercut knocks down Joe, and now Tyler Bate makes the tag. That's the separation they needed, and here comes Trent Seven back into the fray. He is the fresher of the two superstars. Going to drag Joe over. And he is going to go for a pin here to retain the titles. Mark Coffey, though, back in the ring. Will break it up at 2. And this contest will continue. Now Mark and Tyler Bate going at it. Trent Seven and Joe Coffey. Joe gets thrown to the outside. And now Trent has turned his attention to Mark as he picks him up. And is just, well, no, was going to drive him into the corner. But Mark Coffey fights out of it. Trent, though, backs him up. Trent taking it to both members. There's a chop. More chops to the chest of Mark Coffey. Meanwhile, Joe down on the outside. Trent Seven is unloading on both members of Mustache Mountain. And now here comes Tyler Bate back into the contest. Joe going to come back into the ring. Mark being lifted up by Tyler Bate. Joe has a hold of Tyler. And now look for tandem offense, but Tyler Bate clashes the heads. Uppercut, huge uppercut to Joe. Mark gets outside the ring, and now Tyler Bate lining up Joe. Could this be it? Kick to the midsection, double underhook, bomb into the pin. Gets one, gets two. Mark slow into the ring, and that is it. Mustache Mountain will retain the NXT UK Tag Team titles in a huge clash, as it looks like it is 2/3 of British Strong Style that gets the win here tonight and retains the United Kingdom Championships. I thought the Coffey Brothers were going to have it. They were putting some offense in on Trent and Tyler Bate, but just couldn't pick up the victory, as it was Mustache Mountain who will walk away still your NXT UK Tag Team Champions. Well, that's all we have time for in this one, as I hope you guys enjoy the UK edition of NXT. Next week we'll be back with traditional NXT, but we have some breaking news here. NXT back on June 4th will return to pay-per-view, and it's going to be Worlds Collide. The very best of NXT will go at it with the very best of NXT UK the next time NXT is on pay-per-view. You don't want to miss this one. It's going to be explosive. Worlds will collide. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure you drop that like and subscribe down below, especially if you want more Universe Mode content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.